Every corpse has a tale to tell, and this one has a touch of evil.
Archie, our kid is dead.
Riverdale is known as the town with a lot of pep. There's still a lot of murder, drama, and vengeance. The gripping series debuted in 2017 and has captivated young people all over the world. Riverdale has had a lot of success as a result of the CW's Netflix contract. In the past, getting a series onto Netflix could take months or even years. Riverdale's success has been aided by a variety of factors, not the least of which is its accessibility. Betty Cooper, Veronica Lodge, and Jughead Jones are among the show's famous characters who have their own fan bases. Their success has had an effect on the popularity of the show and vice versa. In today's video, we are going to take a look at some scenes that never made it to television, and trust me when I say some of these will shock you. But before we get into the video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel with the notifications turned on so you don't miss any of the new videos we post. Season 2, Episode 2, Chapter 15. Nighthawks. After Fred's shooting nearly puts Pop out of business, Betty, Veronica, and their friends band together to save Pop's diner, but a deleted scene shows B and V being turned down for their first attempts. Betty and Veronica walk through the parking lot in their vintage diner uniforms, which the girls borrowed from Hermione in exchange for free waitressing for Pop. Betty asks if they can assist him after he informs them that the bank has declined to offer him a loan. "You help?" Pop asks. After the article your mother wrote attacking the diner, Betty storms into Alice's house and threatens her about the post. Alice slams Pop's, claiming the South Side is to blame for everything and that Pop's position places him in the middle of the problems. "This is a war and I would rather see it closed than taken over by the serpents," Alice says. Season 2, Episode 7, Chapter 20, Tales from the Dark Side. Betty sneaks into Sheriff Keller's office and searches through his things as she suspects him of being the Black Hood. Her father picks her up from the station when she is apprehended, and the scene shifts to Betty on the phone with Veronica. Hal and Betty are followed out of the office by a deleted scene. Hal insists on telling Alice, but Betty blackmails him into keeping quiet. "If you tell Alice, I'll tell Sheriff Keller how you broke into his office and stole the files on the Jason Blossom case," she says. "I mean, like father, like daughter." Season 2, Episode 8, Chapter 21, House of the Devil. Archie asks his father about an empty pill bottle he discovered that was meant to last his father months in a deleted scene. Fred claims that he flushed them because it's too easy to start popping Oxy like candy. FP asks Fred to be his unofficial AA sponsor in another scene from the same episode, and Fred says he wants FP to do the same. He lied to Archie about the drugs, it turns out. Season 2, Major McCoy's affair with Sheriff Keller. The revelation that Major McCoy was having an affair with Sheriff Keller was one of Riverdale Season 2's biggest OMG moments. Josie revealed the news to Kevin after she discovered it. A newly released deleted scene from Riverdale Season 2 reveals why Josie was furious with her mother for lying about the affair. Sierra sneaks out of the building only to be apprehended by Josie, who has just returned from a run. Sierra brushes off Josie's concern about having to work at the law firm on a Saturday. The former pussycat was fed up with her mother lying to her face and slipping around behind her back, then attempting to make amends with a girls' night. Later in the show, Josie spots Major McCoy with Sheriff Keller and learns that her parents are getting divorced as a result of it, prompting her to tell Kevin the truth. Episode 1, Chapter 5, The Heart of Darkness. Sheriff Keller shows Clifford surveillance camera footage of Hermione, Penelope, Jughead, and Betty as he tries to uncover the mystery of what happened to Jason Blossom in this scene from Chapter 5, The Heart of Darkness, and it seems that all 4 of them were under investigation. Season 2, Episode 4, Chapter 17, The Town That Dreaded Sundown. Alice, Penelope, and Hermione, the Riverdale mothers, aren't friends, but a deleted scene brings them together for a tea hosted by Hermione. The Lodge matriarch gathers the mothers to discuss the Black Hoods and the South Side's threats. Hermione says we need to present a united front. Hermione replies that she wants their voices at the mayor's town hall, and Alice asks what she really wants. Season 2, Episode 8, Chapter 21, House of the Devil. Fans will hear more about Alice's decision to abandon the South Side Serpents and marry Hal in a deleted scene. "I barely escaped them," Alice says. "I had a record, a reputation. I was trapped, and then one day your dad walked into the Worm with his Letterman jacket on, looking for some cheap thrills, I suppose, and in him I saw a ticket out of the South Side to respectability." Betty asks her mom if she's happy, however she just tears up and doesn't answer. Season 2, Episode 13, Chapter 26, The Telltale Heart. Betty falls asleep the night she and Alice hide a dead body and clean up the living room, but a deleted scene shows Archie and Betty sharing a moment. Archie sees her bedroom light on as she gets ready for bed and texts her to ask why she's up. She says nothing, after having just hidden a dead body and washed up a large quantity of blood. Season 2, Episode 14, Chapter 27, The Hills Have Eyes. Penelope works as a sex worker and brings her clients to the family's house. Cheryl comes downstairs in a sexy outfit and interrupts her mother in one scene. "Why would you settle for a jalopy when you could joyride a newer model?" she asks. Penelope pushes him back and says, "She's 16 and my daughter," as if the man is interested. Penelope breaks her daughter down once more after the man leaves. "The only kind of love you've experienced was perverse, warped, and deviant," Penelope says. "Even if it was mine, but you couldn't let me have it, could you?" Cheryl responds, "So you did everything in your power to destroy it. Now the only thing I can do is pay you back in hate." Season 2, Episode 16, Chapter 29, Primary Colors. Cheryl and Betty discuss their concerns about Cheryl's uncle and Betty's brother Sheik during the sleepover. The girls plan to make some prank calls to Claudius and Sheik in a deleted scene. Cheryl calls Sheik and he hangs up, but Claudius says yes when Betty asks if he wants to play a game. Betty hangs up and throws the phone when he asks if she's been naughty. Season 2, Episode 18, Chapter 31, A Night to Remember. Cheryl tells Jughead's camera in a deleted scene from the musical episode that she has the world's hottest girlfriend. On the program, Cheryl never refers to her as girlfriend. Cheryl gives Tony a rose backstage in another scene from the same episode. They exchange kisses. Season 2, Episode 22, Chapter 35, Brave New World. Aside from the Choni stuff, Alice has the most plot lines cut in the deleted scenes. We listed her serpent confession, and Emmett gets 2 emotional scenes about her children abandoning her in Chapter 22, Silent Night, Deadly Night. They're fantastic, but they've already been covered this season. This one from Brave New World, on the other hand, is a monster. The introduction of Sheik was one of the major plot lines in Season 2. Initially thought to be Alice's long-lost son, it turns out he's an imposter, and her true son, Charles, died years ago. Sheik is thought to have been killed by the Black Hood by the end of the season, and Charles is long dead and gone. But, as any TV audience knows, it was either bodies or nothing. And in this deleted scene, it did happen. Alice learns that Charles was cremated and buried in an unmarked grave years ago. She pays Betty a visit and naturally breaks down in tears about what could have been. It's a tense scene for both Amick and Reinhardt, as well as a nice notch in the Charles Sheik plot. However, its removal poses the question of whether it was removed to retain the plot open-ended or just for time. Season 2, Chapter 29, Primary Colors. Choni, aka Cheryl and Tony, was and continues to be one of the most successful new relationships on Riverdale Season 2. Cheryl's gradual coming out story was heartfelt and beautifully crafted, but a number of scenes involving the pair were omitted from the final cut. Chapter 28, There Will Be Blood, has a short scene of them talking in a corridor, but this scene from Primary Colors is the first good look at the pre-relationship official Choni. Cheryl confides in him that she is afraid of her grandmother's safety. Cheryl, on the other hand, should probably be more concerned about her own safety. Tony swears to locate Cheryl in a later deleted scene as the latter starts conversion therapy at an evil nunnery. Unfortunately, the deleted scenes have only been released for the first 2 seasons. We are still waiting on Season 3 and 4. We love hearing about the scenes that didn't make the cut. They are always so interesting to watch. If you enjoyed today's video, don't forget to like and subscribe so you never miss any of our new and upcoming content. Thanks for watching.